Hey, what's going on, guys? Dave Sharp, co-founder of Empower Network, and sitting here with Kevin and Melissa Knecht. And we were just joking and stuff. I was hoping we didn't catch a lot of that stuff on camera that we were just talking about, and just saying and doing because things can get crazy sometimes. But that's all in having fun, and that's what we do best. So what I wanted to do, guys, I obviously have Kevin and Melissa here at my house. And that's where we're at right now. We're sitting in my house here in Florida, and I wanted to shoot a video because we just got done doing something, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But what I wanted to talk about first was you guys, and we've got so many stories. It's hard to keep up with people inside of Empower because we're growing fast. A lot of people are having a lot of breakthroughs. They're having personal breakthroughs. They're having financial breakthroughs. We've got people inside of Empower who have been in the industry of direct sales, affiliate marketing, internet marketing, call it whatever the heck you want to call it, but they've been in it and doing it for a long time, and they've struggled to have success for a long time. Those people have gone in our affiliate program. They've made their first sale ever. Right, we've got so many of those. Those are the stories that really get me excited.
Yeah,
those are, and you guys have got a lot of that going on in your team right now. We've got people who are leaders, and you guys have done big things in the industry before too. It's you guys have a great story, and great stories always do this, right? They don't. The great story is not just he was born and then he got rich. That's not what makes a great story. A great story is made up of challenges and perseverance and in the face of adversity, which you guys can talk about here in a sec. So we've got lots of leaders who have done things and come in and done big things, made hundreds of thousands of dollars. We've got people who have come in participated in our, spent years trying to set up a blog, right? I mean, if you're anything like I was when I first got started, I would sit in my computer trying to just move an image a little bit to the left, and I was frustrated. So we've got people who have come in and just with our blogging platform that we've now got and are hosting one of the largest blogging communities on the entire internet, especially paid anyways, who just have been struggling to kind of find something that can help them get started. And of course, we'll talk about it here in a second, have never had products that have moved them so much. But we've also got people like you who are badass and phenomenal, by the way, and spending time with you over the course of the last 24 hours has been amazing for me as well. But your story is super fascinating, and I want to talk to those of you who are right now that are who knows who it may touch. It may touch somebody who's got it all. It may touch somebody who's got nothing, right? Who's in the same situation that you were 9 months ago. But the point is always to remind you that no matter where you're at right now, you can get through it, and you can not only survive it, but you can thrive from it. And that's the most important thing to remember. But anyways, guys, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to my home. Welcome to welcome to Florida. You guys just came from Arizona, right? You moved to Atlanta just recently, right?
Right.
And lots of things are happening right now. But what I want you to do is share whatever you want. No rules, no timelines here, anything like that. Talk about where you came from 9 months ago. I remember you were sitting in the event, and I didn't know who you guys were. And I just kind of saw your faces. They were a little bit like, what the hell is this thing, right? And now here you are later, not only a six-figure earner, but also have made six figures in the last 9 months here at Empower. So tell us a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, it's been, well, actually less than 9 months. And yeah, we'd made a little bit of money before the Atlanta event, but we were looking for that emotional reassurance, I think.
Yeah.
That feeling of where we could get it in our gut and say, okay, we got this, it's real, even though you have evidence sometimes, it takes that firsthand experience, that emotional experience, you looking into somebody's eyes, which we got to do with you and Dave, and to really feel your hearts. And that made such a huge difference for us, because we've been through a lot of shit in this industry, a lot of great times, but it is a roller coaster just in the industry, where you could be making $80,000 one month and zero the next. Sometimes that's really tough, and we've we've had that feeling of being so totally on fire in this industry, and then, oh my God, I'm so burnt out, I never want to see another opportunity again, you know. And so it took a little bit. I mean, Kevin actually found Empower first, and I was going through some stuff, was kind of reticent because of what we were just coming off of, and you know, going through bankruptcy and going, you know, being down to literally zero. And here he's saying, oh, but this is it. And it took me a little bit. Took me a little bit. Yeah. like David Wood, we're going to be rich. You know? But, you know, it's like, it was just a matter of me being open enough to go through the information, and I started to have that little fire of hope. And getting to the event, you know, he was like, I was like pushing Kevin out of the way, you know, you can't, you know, come on, this is it, you know. And we came back from that event and just blew it up. And I'm not talking about that we had a massive list. I'm not talking about the fact that we, you know, poured thousands into paid marketing. We didn't, because we still hadn't really made a ton of money yet. We just started with what we were good at, which was relationship marketing, doing social media, and we talk about that a lot on the audio that we just did, and how we did that. So, you know, tune into the audio for that.
Yeah.
And but it really can be something that if you're already good at something, we'll run with that.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. You joined without even telling her.
I did, and the beauty of joining with Empower Network is that it is $25 and $100 if you get the inner circle, and you can usually slide that by your spouse. Or at least it takes a while for the credit card to come around, so you can make your money
and
back.
And here you really can make, you know, make profit, you know, long before the credit card bill comes, right?
I mean, it really is ridiculous. You think about it. You make 100% commission. So if you have to play that game with your spouse, you can go make a sale before, and then, you know, make 2 or 3 sales, and then you're in profit. I mean, come on.
You guys are hilarious. By the way, guys, we're not endorsing that, or we're not saying anything.
Spouses out there.
Is all we're doing is sharing their experience.
Yeah.
Right? We actually, funny thing is we just did an inner circle audio. For those of you who don't know, who are just watching, kind of sticking your toe in the water and just kind of seeing what this is all about. We've got an audio program that we update on a weekly basis, sometimes several times a week. And, you know, they were here, so we sat down and we talked about the most meaningful things that you guys have done in the last 9 months to go from, and I don't know if you heard that or not, bankruptcy, zero, starting from ground zero with a clean slate, right? And having lots of decisions to make. Do I want to sit in my crap? Do I want this to be the end, or do I want this to be a fresh start? There was a lot of things that you guys talked about here a second ago that can be the big difference maker for somebody starting on that journey. A lot of people are at a place right now to where they're at a crossroads, right? And as much as it's a certain decision, and it's just a real simple decision that you make, you guys talked about some of the things inside of that inner circle audio, which, by the way, is already up in the back office. If you don't have the inner circle, go in and get it. Just get it. I mean, the things that we talked about on that audio here just a second ago about what you've done over the course of the last 9 months, not only the family stuff, because you guys have got a family at home, I'm sharing a little bit of you know, obviously their experience, because we've hung out and talked about it here for the last 24 hours. Not straight, by the way. Just we did get some sleep. But you guys have shared. I mean, the fact that the things from the authenticity with your kids, right, to how to get your family on board, how to get your family involved in your business. Some people have spouses that are a little bit kind of, you know, like kind of. They have the look on the face that you had when you were at the Atlanta event on Friday, when you were just kind of like, prove this to me. A lot of them are like that, and it's understandable. A lot of us can experience that, but you guys did something specific with your family and your kids to get them on board and create momentum. You talk about that in that inner circle audio. But I don't want to steal your thunder here. I want to let you guys keep going here a little bit about just a little bit more about what you've done here over the last 9 months, because you've done something that's a big deal, right? You've come into a place and started from scratch with not a huge list.
We didn't have any list. We
Any
never
list.
were taught how to build a list in our previous network marketing experiences. It was just about purchasing leads
And using their systems. So
calling
it goes away when you
people,
leave.
prospecting, three-way calls, and
Yeah.
in or out, that kind of stuff. And we came from the top tier background, which was you could have a $80,000 a month and then nothing. And one of the things I meant to say earlier is that here with Empower, in our first 8 months, we've been able to create a six-figure residual income with the product here.
We're now over a point now where our monthly income, and that's a big deal for people who in that eat what you kill, commission only mentality in that space in this industry. What a concept to have to now be where your residual before you do anything else in the month is 10,000 or above. That's just a revelation for us. It takes away a lot of stress out of your life. I mean, not just money. Yeah, you can make money in a lot of things, right? But to know that that's kind of a done deal, and this perfect hybrid here that we have where it's like residual done right.
Right.
And where you can have that each and every month and know that it's going to grow, and every month it's been growing, and because we follow the principles that are taught here. And I mean, we're not doing anything revolutionary than anybody else really. Right. We're just kind of focused on what we're good at, and we focused on the leaders that came before us and the things that you and Dave have taught us to do. That's the formula.
And by the way, guys, we just spent an hour going over exactly what they've done in the course of the lesson. We're not gonna go over that again, right? I just want to shoot a video and create some content here and just say hi to everybody. Yeah. But I mean, we spent an hour going over step by step exactly what and we went so much deeper than that, though. I mean, I'm actually kind of still on a little bit of a high from that conversation because it was one of the best interviews that I've done in a long time with just sitting down with leaders and just talking about the real stuff, right? Because one thing I think that's different about Empower, and I think you guys will agree with this, is that there's so much hype and fluff out there. There's so much talk about the things that everybody thinks that people want to talk about, but the truth of the matter is they don't really make a difference. And if you want to talk about them, you don't want to talk about them for long because they're not what really makes a difference in your business and your life. Mm-hmm. There are some things that we talked about here in the last hour that are the real difference makers in building a business and having a life, and building a business and having a life and doing something that you feel good about, which I want to talk about here with you guys for a second is that you guys have done all of the same things that I've done over the course of the last few years, several years. I don't know how long you've been in the industry, but we've done it all, seen it all, right? And the reason why we started this company was because we had come to a point to where it was just not doing it for us anymore. What I wanted to create was something that was fulfilling at the end of the day, that when I laid my head down on the pillow at night, I could look at my girl, or I could look at my daughter, I could look at, most importantly, myself and say, hey man, what you did today, the way that you earned your money, good job, man. You feel good about it.
I said to you, we were walking around St. Petersburg last night, it was beautiful, and I said, you know what, Dave, this is the cleanest money we've ever made. We provide so much value. I am just so thankful that I can represent something that I know when someone gets started with us and they start tapping into these products, because a lot of people, they don't know what to expect, right? Everything sounds good at the outset, right?
Sure.
So, but when people start diving into these products and they're sending us message after message and posting in our Facebook group and like, oh my God, like just this one video I just watched, I cannot believe what I got just out of one video. Right. So it is the cleanest money we've ever made, and that's why so many people are doing so well here, is because of that. It is the culture that we have here, right. And I don't know. And we talked a lot too about just who you are as a person, how you're presenting yourself, and the fact that your circumstances are not who you are.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that if they're going through some shit, that must mean they're shit. Yeah. And I mean, that's not
a moral dilemma.
No, if you can separate the circumstances from who you really are, going through this process of who you'll become as an entrepreneur here to become successful, going through this process will kind of exemplify or personify the person that you really are. And all of that stuff, you know, that whole thing they say about, you know, stumbling blocks become stepping stones, make it worth something, you know?
Right.
We teach you how to make that stuff worth something here.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, we were the